Who created the first God that came in the world? Can you visit Jamaica once, please? I can visit twice. Why only once? Are you against my visiting twice? Certainly. I'd like to visit Jamaica. I heard about it. I've heard Harry Belafonte's songs. Jamaican singer. Very nice, beautiful songs. And I've always liked that this would be a great place to visit. No problem. Part 1 of the question. Who created the first God that came in the world? I'm glad the word first has been put in there. But most people believe there's only one God. But when you say first God, you believe there are many gods. That's good knowledge. There are many gods. Not Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, or I might think 3 gods. No. Those gods that in Hindu religion we worship as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, they are merely the representation of creation of time at the causal plane. It means we created the beginning, the middle and the end. Instead of using the words beginning, middle and end, we are saying Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Time was created like that. And those souls who with good meditation and good karma took up the roles of creating the beginning, sustaining the middle, and destroying the end, creating the end, we gave them these names. These names are merely a representation of the causal level where time was first created, because everything thereafter happened in time. Mind was created along with it. So mind cannot function without time. No thought can come in the mind without time. If I tell you something that is not in time and not in space, mind cannot even understand it. I'll give you an example. I have seen a mansion, beautiful, colored, lighted, beautiful mansion in 0 time and 0 space. Can anybody else understand it? Nobody can understand something that is in 0 space and 0 time. And the whole of creative powers living in that. And we are only confined ourselves because of the mind to experiences in time and space. That is why we give importance to Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, beginning, middle and end, because they represent time. Not only time, they represent everything has to be born and everything will die, no matter what, the whole of creation. They give message, big message, that everything here finishes. Where all 3 worlds of the mind, physical, astral, causal, everything finishes. When everything finishes, we call it a dissolution. This creation is dissolution. Paralaya. We talk of paralaya, dissolution of the whole thing. Just because we finish this time and space. What about souls? Souls are part of one, but they were individuated, separated to experience the one. Does that also end? Yeah, that's also illusion. It's also a creation. Division is also a creation. The manyness is a creation. When that ends, we say grand dissolution, Mahaparalaya. These words have been created in the different religions are expressing it in different ways. And they are referring to the different levels at which certain souls ascend and can perform certain functions. Most religions, not all, but most religions talk of a God that's in the astral plane. The astral God lives in time and space, and we worship him. We think that the prophets that have come are next to that God in time and space. We worship them, we think they are beings. They are beings and they are living in time and space. They are creating the universe from there, which is true. There is a soul that with its good karma becomes the creator of this universe. Sits in the top of the astral plane, nice throne. You like to go, you can go and see it. Many people have seen. Runs creates and runs these two universes, astral and physical. That is God. People who have reached that level worship that God. Nothing wrong. And when people reach there, they think we have reached our true home. It's like a heavenly place. We can fly, we have no weight on us, no matter into us. Therefore, people have called it our true home, our heaven. Heaven is at that stage. There's no heaven above that. All heavens are there. There are many heavens, not only one. Many heavens, many hells. What about the higher part, where time itself is being created, where the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv starts? There are also three souls performing functions by their karma. Their term ends and they come back again into this physical world. I don't know how many of you heard again from Hindu literature about Lord Krishna, avatar of Vishnu, the one who's thought to be the most responsible because Brahma does a job of creation once, then retires and waits. Vishnu has to take care of the creation for a long time. Shiva once end. The job of Brahma and Shiva straight. One time. What about Vishnu? So many times. Therefore, Vishnu has to come several times to take care of these creations. He comes into physical plane and also astral plane from causal plane where the time was created. How does he take care of it? He comes and tries to bring people on the righteous path and tells them about higher planes and tells them there is something more, don't get stuck here. They say he's come 9 times already and 10th people are waiting. He might have come 10th time, but people didn't recognize. So let's say we are still waiting for the 10th time. These are called the 9 incarnations of Vishnu. It started off his coming as a fish. You can check it out from the literature. He didn't come as a human being, he came as a fish. Because when he came, this planet Earth had nothing on it except water. It had rained for 3 million years. The whole planet was covered. All the vapor had condensed and became, that's scientifically true. Do you know where we are sitting is also from volcanic eruption from the water. Every land is 1/3 or less of the planet is land today. The rest is still water. And a volcanic action brought the land up. He came as a fish. There was nothing else except water. Next time he came, land was coming out. Came as a tortoise. All this is given. Then when the land was there, animals could come. He came as an animal. He followed Darwin's law of evolution and came according to what was available here. He took care of it as it was. He came as a dwarf, came as a big man, came as Krishna. When Krishna came, he had some enlightenment from very early on, though even enlightenment is picked up. Very few babies speak, but when they start speaking, they can feel more than we can feel. So Krishna, the avatar of Vishnu, he grows up in a family where he is given the job of taking care of cows, a cowherd. And he takes care of cows and takes them to graze with his young friend, very close friend, whose name was Udo. Udo and Krishna go to feed the cows on the grass in the fields outside. And one day, Krishna surprises Udo by saying, Udo, you cannot understand the law of karma. And he points out to an ant crawling there. This is all recorded story. An ant is crawling there, and he says, Udo, this ant was one Brahma, the creator of this universe. Another time he was Indra, one of the lords of one of the heavens in the astral plane. Today, because of his karma, in spite of those experiences, he's today an ant. He said, there is no way to atone for an action When you perform something knowing it's a sin, you will be punished no matter how long it takes. That's how the law of karma operates. People have no idea how relentless it is. People think, I did something bad, let me give some charity, do some good deeds, I'll atone for it. No. You're punished for what you think was bad, you're rewarded for what you think is good. That's how it works. It never ends. If you could atone, we could run back to our homes. The law of karma traps us because there is no atonement. Each action, each karma is responsible for its own consequence. And both can take place. It can happen in one human being's life. He does so many bad things that he is entitled to hell. And then he realizes how bad I was, transforms himself. The best person in life, most virtuous, does all good things, entitled to heaven. When he dies, when we all die, what actually happens? You can get some idea by dying while living, a better idea by going higher. That when we die, the whole of our life is revealed to us backwards, like flashes. Flashes come of our life, what we've done. And those flashes actually are the birthplace of our next life. We realize what we've done. On realizing, there is one soul, angel of death, Dharmraj, whatever you call, whose duty is to point out to us, this is what you did, this is what the result of that is going to be. Just one soul in that job. Must have a good computer. I sometimes used to feel he must have a good computer because he's going to figure out how to meet all the same people again and again with whom he had actions, which of course was a mistake. I'll clarify sometime to you how that was a mistake. But whatever he does shows you. For the bad things, you have to spend 1 month in hell. The good things, you can go to heaven for 1 month. And a choice, perhaps the only choice we get at that time is given. Which one do you want to do first? Whatever answer you give, there he does it. Now, I know you are not going to heaven or hell. You are going to a true home. But supposing I were to ask you this, just a theoretical question. If you were given this choice, 1 month in heaven, 1 month in hell, where would you like to go first? Those in favor of hell? Those for heaven? The rest don't want to go anywhere. This is a divided opinion. I got hands raised on both things. The reason was simple. Those who want to go hell first say, if we go to heaven first, the thought of hell will always make our heaven into hell. Those who want to go to heaven first, they say, who knows, in heaven we might do something, avoid hell. So I can understand the mind, the working of the mind. But this is how law of karma operates. And that is why when we say we cannot get out of the cycle of karma, the reason is non-atonement.